Jamaica's push to become a republic has hit a major roadblock. Prime Minister Andrew Holness recently confirmed that the goal of transforming Jamaica into a republic is effectively dead, placing blame squarely on opposition leader Mark Golding. But is this really the whole story? In December 2024, the Constitutional Amendment Republic Bill was introduced in Parliament, aiming to remove the British monarch as head of state. However, many Jamaicans felt this bill was doomed from the start. Why? Because of major flaws in both the process and the content of the reform itself. When Jamaica launched the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs in 2022, many citizens were excited. They hoped for genuine constitutional reform, driven by the Jamaican people, not the government alone. But as the process unfolded, problems quickly became clear. The committee responsible for the reform faced heavy criticism for lacking transparency, failing to engage enough Jamaicans, and for making decisions behind closed doors. With only about 12,000 Jamaicans reportedly involved, just a tiny fraction of the population, the process was far from inclusive. The central flaw was that the government chose a top-down approach. Rather than allowing the people of Jamaica to guide the creation of a new constitution, the process was government-led, ignoring the essential principle that a republic should be built on the authority and will of its citizens. A republic's constitution must represent the voice of the people, not the interests of political elites alone. Beyond the flawed process, the bill itself maintained the status quo, keeping excessive power concentrated in the hands of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. It did not introduce sufficient checks and balances and failed to include mechanisms for real citizen participation. It also retained the UK Privy Council as Jamaica's final court, preserving colonial ties and undermining self-determination. This narrow focus on merely removing the British monarch is not enough. To build a true republic, Jamaica needs participatory governance, empowering its citizens and communities to shape their future directly. But is this the end of constitutional reform in Jamaica? Not necessarily. If Jamaicans truly desire change, this moment could become a turning point. With a $3.2 billion budget allocated to constitutional reform until 2025, there's room to rethink, re-engage, and relaunch the reform process. Citizens can still lead the charge through community dialogue, education, and advocacy. Many Jamaicans desire to learn from the mistakes of the past and demand a people-driven approach. The constitutional reform process isn't dead if Jamaicans refuse to let it die. It's time for Jamaicans to come together, reclaim their constitution, and build a government truly of the people, by the people, and for the people.